I think there's a constant mention of princely states. Um, in a sense, how much power did the princely states have? Could once it's decided that there's partition in 47, what role do they have to play in that process?
So I think that because history books would later be written by the Congress and by the victors in some sense, a lot of the power of the princely states is kind of underestimated, I think, in a lot of old history books. What I find constantly extraordinary reading early books from the 1920s is that states like Hyderabad, for example, were regarded as some of the most influential states globally. So Hyderabad state had an economy rivaling that of Belgium's, and the city of Hyderabad was regarded as one of the greatest cities of learning in the whole region. The Nizam of Hyderabad was the richest man in the world after the death of J.D. Rockefeller. And of course, it was a very aristocratic state with a huge poverty in the countryside. But its centrality to the early 20th century, to the point that, after the deposition of the Ottoman Caliphate, the Ottoman Caliph is looking around for someone to marry his daughters to. He has the option of all of the great states of the Muslim world, the Egypt, Iran, all of these different Muslim monarchies. He decides that the most important Muslim monarchy globally is the Nizam of Hyderabad's family, and so marries his daughters there, which I think shows us the importance that we've forgotten. Of course, I think that the princes between the 1930s and the 1940s badly misplay their hands. They refuse to join together and create a kind of, a joint federated bloc, which potentially could have protected their interests more, and as a result allowed themselves to gradually lose power, so that by the time Mountbatten shows up in 1947, they're rather impotent politically because they've already ceded all of their bargaining chips.